I don't know how many times I have to say this before somebody takes it actually to heart, but my name is Lauren, and I'm going to talk about something today after my 10 years of HR that absolutely drives me nuts. Okay. Y'all, welcome back to the channel. Hit the follow button, all that kind of stuff, because I'm going to talk to y'all all about everything HR, things you should do, and definitely things you shouldn't do. Okay. And we're going to start off with the headlines. The headlines we have been seeing of people losing their jobs. People are losing their jobs because they're posting things on the internet. And regardless of how you feel about what they're posting, I get asked all the time, is it okay that they lost their job? Like, do you really think people should lose their job? What about our First Amendment? All that other kind of stuff. And I'm here to tell you, first of all, working in HR as long as I have worked in HR, I can tell you one thing. What the company says goes unless they are breaking the law. Unless they are infringing on rights set forth by the law, by the Department of Labor, they can pretty much do whatever they want, okay? And companies are very big on public image. So if you know that going into a company, like, oh, this company is going to be really big on public image, and you know they have values, and you know they care about what's going on in their company, and then you get on the internet and act like a moron. I mean, I feel like it's common sense, but I also understand that's not a flower that's grown in everybody's garden. Okay. And let's get starting off with the First Amendment. Let's get one thing super clear. The First Amendment protects you from government interference, not private company interference of your job. Okay. This means like a private company can set forth its own rules and you just have to deal with them. You just have to be, oh, yep. Okay. Because the amount of people, I've actually had to terminate somebody because they posted something super racist on the internet and then they didn't understand why the company didn't want to stand for that. Because you want to work here. Like, y'all make it make all the sense, because I can't. Okay. Here's the top kinds of posts that are getting people in trouble, because I do want to bring it like to the forefront that this is what people are getting in trouble for. It's not always like just racist necessarily or homophobic or anything crazy. So first and foremost, unless you work for the government, political posts can and will get you terminated, written up, all sorts of things. Okay. You can have policies as a private company on political speech. So it is protected. That's kind of a gray area one. But if you're posting something that could be seen as poorly reflecting on the company, even if the post is political, we can terminate you. We can get rid of you. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, here's the second one. And this one I have actually terminated for people for as well, is company secrets. Y'all, companies are allowed to have confidential information, and there is a big difference between whistleblowing and sharing confidential information for the fun of it. Okay. The other thing is negative comments about your company. Now, there are some kind of rules and laws-ish in place if you're trying to better the company. If there's a couple different things you're allowed to do, but if you get on there just ranting and raving about how much you hate your boss, you obviously don't want to work there. I don't know why you'd be mad if you got terminated anyway. And the last one is harassment and threats. That's a big one as of late. If you are posting anything discriminatory, if you are posting harassing, threatening, first of all, that can actually be against the law and not protected by your First Amendment right. If you are inciting violence, that is a completely different thing than getting on there and being like, I don't like this particular person. Okay. Two different things. So here's a couple things you can do to protect yourself so you don't lose your job over a Facebook post or a TikTok post or an Instagram post. Okay. First of all, know your company policy. And I can't say this enough as somebody in HR. Read the handbook. Y'all, read the handbook. Read it. Don't just look at it. Don't just scan it. Read the dang thing. Most of the time, their policy is going to be in there on their social media policy. Okay. The other thing is think before you post. Use your brain. Use your brain. It's that thing located between your ears. Some of y'all, it's hard to find, but use your brain. Okay. Let's use our brain before we post. And the other thing is keep it separate. Consider using separate like social media accounts for personal and professional content, and keep your personal one private. Now, caveat and kind of warning to that, private is a fluid kind of idea. when it comes to social media. So just because you mark it as private doesn't mean I won't see it. I've had somebody send me a screenshot of somebody's personal page, and what they said was absolutely awful and terrible. And if I can see it, somebody else saw it. So we had to get rid of that person. So my final thought on it will be, your professional reputation is up to you. It's up to you. I have seen, some unfortunately not great companies try to go after people's professional reputations. But for the most part, people do it to themselves. They ruin their professional reputations, and then they act like, oh, I didn't know I could do that. Oh, that's the company's fault. No. And when we ask for references, when we look at your professional history, when we know that you got fired from every single job you've ever had, we're going to start having some questions. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Keep it in mind, y'all. So, as you know, I am the owner of Career Bloom Solutions. I do offer free consults, all sorts of stuff to help you through your career. If you do have any issues, go to my website. It's linked in the bio or linked somewhere, depending on where you're watching this video. So in the meantime, y'all be good and get it all the way together.